Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of New Comics This Week. In today's video, I'm going to be going over all the new releases for March 29th, 2023's New Comic Book Day. As always, I'm going to be going over all the major publishers and a ton of the indie companies as well, those new releases, variant covers, which books I'm going to be getting, but in addition to that, if there's any sort of other important info about these books, I'm going to be talking about that too. And as I begin to talk about these new releases, just be aware that there's still delays and shipment issues happening, so once it gets closer to New Comic Book Day, just check with your LCS to see which ones are actually going to be getting in. And now, without further ado, everyone, let's talk some comics. And now, real quick, everyone, we do have a ton of issues coming out this week, so down below in the description, I've got a chapter list of all the different publishers I'm going to be talking about today, so feel free to jump around this video. The first indie publisher I'm going to be going over is Scout Comics, and we've got As of the Barbed, issue number 5 on the way, and this is the series finale, so be on the lookout for it if you're reading it. Moving on, we've got a brand new one. It's Granite State Punk, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and then we've got a 1 in 10 incentive variant. After that is The Bones of the Gods, issue number 3. Moving on, The Red Winter, Fallout, issue number 4, and then finally from them, we've got a brand new series. It's Mechaton, issue number 1. Next publisher today is American Mythology Productions, and the first one is Silent Night, Deadly Night, issue number 3. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Caldaza variant, and then finally a cover C classic photo variant. Moving on to a new series, we've got Monster Tag Team, issue number 1, and then finally from them, we've got Legend Fell, issue number 1. Moving on to Vault Comics, the first one is Heart Eyes, issue number 5. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Ibanez variant. Moving on to Godfell, issue number 2. This is cover A, the main cover, and then we've got a cover B Gooden variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week, but it is the start of a brand new series. We've got Songs for the Dead, Afterlife, issue number 1. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A, we got a cover B Erickson variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 incentive variant. Next up is Zenoscope, and the first one is Grim Fairy Tales, issue number 70. This one's got 4 different covers too. Here's cover A, we got a cover B Vitorino variant, and then finally a cover C No variant. Moving on, we have Myths and Legends, Black Knight Fate of Legends, issue number 1. Here's cover A, we got a cover B Garvey variant, and then finally cover C Ortiz variant. Next up on my list this week is Whatnot Publishing, and the first one is The Exiled, issue number 2. I read the first issue. I thought it was just alright. The artwork was okay too. The story felt a little all over the place. There was a lot of stuff going on. I might pick this second issue up. We'll see how the week goes. This one's got 6 different covers, folks. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Villa-Lobos variant, and then finally a cover C Acevedo variant. And the only other one they've got this week is Liquid Kill, issue number 2. What'd you guys think of that series? My shop didn't have the first issue. I honestly probably would have skipped it anyway, but I want to hear your opinions on it down below. This one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Lumizark variant, and then finally a cover C Brow variant. Next up is Archie Comics, and they've got Archie Milestones, Jumbo Comics Digest, issue number 19, Jughead Fun and Games, issue number 1, and this one's only got a cover A. Next publisher is Valiant, and they've got a new series. It's XO Man of War Unconquered, issue number 1. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Malavia variant, and then finally cover C Stale variant. Next up is Oni Press. They've got Rick and Morty, issue number 3. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Ellerby variant. Moving on to Ablaze, they've got Lovecraft Unknown Kadith, issue number 7. This is cover A. We got a cover B Acosta variant, and then finally a cover C Moy R variant. Moving on to Merc Publishing, they've got Born of Blood, issue number 6, and this one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Garza variant, and then finally a cover C Sharp variant. Moving on to Black Box Comics, they've got Dream Master, issue number 5. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Karita variant. Moving on to the next publisher, we've got Mad Cave Studios. They've got one brand new series this week. It's Don't Spit in the Wind, issue number 1, and this one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Miranda exclusive variant, and then finally an Eigel exclusive variant. This next publisher is the last small indie publisher I'm going to be talking about this week. It's Sumerian Comics, and they've got one new series as well. It's Never Ender, The Final Duel, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B variant. So a lot of really good stuff coming out from those publishers. I'm assuming my shop probably won't get a lot of them. I've been talking about it lately. They've really been cutting back on a lot of new comic book day stuff. I'm going to keep my eyes open for some of these new series, and I might grab the one from Whatnot Publishing, The Exiled, issue number 2. We'll see. I'm going to peek at it. We'll go from there. I want to hear your opinions on it as well. But next up, let's talk about Image Comics and Boom Studios. All right, now Image and Boom fans, you better get those wallets ready. We've got a solid week of books coming up. The first one today from Image is Saga, issue number 63. Moving on, we got a series finale for Junkyard Joe, issue number 6. This series is fantastic. The artwork, the storytelling, character development, all of it is such a great read. If you're a fan of Geiger, you definitely need to check this one out as well. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Daniel and Anderson variant, and then finally cover C Peralta variant. Moving on to a series finale, we got Bloodstained Teeth, issue number 10. I read the first issue. I wasn't exactly sold on the artwork. The story was just okay. If you guys are still reading it, let me know what you think about it, but this was one I was going to wait for it all to just release in a trade paperback or hardcover to get it. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B Albuquerque variant. After that is Philadelphia, issue number 29. I talk about this one all the time. 29 issues deep. You got to grab a hardcover or trade paperbacks for this one. This is a fantastic read, and if you're reading this one or you're just reading Nita Hawes' Nightmare blog, you got to be reading both of them at this point. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Shy variant, and then finally a cover C Black and White Noir variant. After that is we got a series finale. It's Hitomi, issue number 5. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B Murr variant. Moving on to Love Sick, issue number 6. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Vecchio variant, and then finally a cover C Graham variant. Next up this week, we got Local Man, issue number 2. I heard great things about that first issue. Sadly, I don't know what I was thinking. I skipped out on it. I thought it was just going to be another superhero series. And if I can recall, I had a pretty heavy Marvel week and a couple DC issues as well. So I was like, I'm just going to pass on another superhero series, but I heard it was really good. So I'm going to have to grab that first issue. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B Knock and Rebirth variant. Next up, we got a new series, The Ambassador, issue number 1. This one's got 5 different covers, everyone. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Black and White variant, and then finally cover C Cavanago variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from Image this week, and it's another brand new series. We got Indigo Children, issue number 1. It says Radiant Black meets the Department of Truth. I'm a huge fan of the Department of Truth. I absolutely love that series. Now, Radiant Black, on the other hand, I mean, it's got its ups and downs, but overall, it's still a really solid read, so I'm for sure going to be picking this one up. This one's got 5 different covers, everyone. Here's cover A. We got a 1 in 10 Boss incentive variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Lotte incentive variant. I told you, better get those wallets ready because Image is about to have an awesome week. I'm for sure going to be getting Junkyard Joe number 6, Philadelphia number 29, Indigo Children number 1, and I'm going to take a little peek at the Ambassador issue number 1 as well. We're going to see what the artwork looks like. But now moving on to Boom Studios, on the other hand, now they're having a killer week. No pun intended for this first one, but we got Something is Killing the Children, issue number 30. I mean, I talk about this series literally all the time. It's one of my favorite ongoings. This is such a phenomenal read. Grab the hardcover, grab the trade paperbacks, do what you can to get your hands on this series. It has just been so good. Top-notch overall. This one's got 11 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Diaz variant, and then finally an Anandito variant. Next up is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, TMNT, Volume 2, issue number 4. This has been a solid one as well. This one's got 16 different covers, though. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Eastman and Williams variant, and then finally a cover C Gibson variant. Next up is Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, issue number 5. This is another really good one from Boom Studios right now. I highly recommend checking this one out as well. This one's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Franny variant, and then finally a cover C all red foil variant. Now, this next one is the last one coming out from them this week. We've got The Approach, issue number 5. I talked about this one, I think, last week or maybe the week before, so it did get delayed, so hopefully it does actually show up this week. Here's cover A. We got a 1 in 10 Hutchinson Cates incentive, and then finally a 1 in 25 Samson incentive. Out of all those issues from Boom Studios, I'm going to be real with you guys, I'm getting every single one of them. I'm a big fan of all of those series. I actually do recommend all of them. Check them out. Let me know what you think. But next up, let's talk about Dark Horse, IDW, and Dynamite. All right, Dark Horse fans, first one today from them is Hellboy in Love, issue number 4. Moving on, we got a series finale. It's Only Teenage Wasteland, issue number 4. And then after that, this is the last one from them, so a little bit smaller of a week, but it is the start of a brand new series. We got Lady Baltimore, The Dream of Ichlos, issue number 1. I won't be grabbing any of them, so moving on to IDW, the first one's a series finale. We've got Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, Illyrian Enigma, issue number 4. This one's got 4 different covers, everyone. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Harvey variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 Alvarado incentive variant. Moving on, we got a new series. It's Dungeons and Dragons Saturday Morning Adventures, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Hickey variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 Levens incentive variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week. We got Dead Seas, issue number 4. This is a really solid read in my opinion. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Anadito variant, and then finally a cover C Howl variant. Out of those issues, I'm going to be grabbing Dead Seas, issue number 4. But next up, moving on to Dynamite, the first one is Unbreakable Red Sonja, issue number 5. This one's got 11 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Selena variant, and then finally a cover C Mattioni variant. Moving on to Vampirella, year 1, issue number 6. This one's got 12 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Perio variant, and then finally a cover C Selena variant. Next up today is Barbarella, The Center Cannot Hold, issue number 2. This one's got 12 different covers. This is cover A. This is the cover B Selena variant, and then finally cover C Viganti variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week, and it is the start of a brand new series. We got Rocket Man and Rocket Girl, issue number 1. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Edgar variant, and then finally cover C Spoletta variant. Out of those issues, I won't be grabbing any of them, but next up, let's talk about DC Comics. All right, here we go, DC fans. First one today from them is Detective Comics, issue number 1070. This one's got 6 different covers, and here's cover A. Then we've got a cover B Rise variant, and then finally cover C Jones variant. Next up is Action Comics, issue number 1053, and this one's got 9 different covers. This is cover A. This is the cover B Sandoval variant, and then finally we've got a cover C Weeks variant. Next up is Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 10. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Edgecura variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Molina incentive variant. Moving on to Harley Quinn, number 28. This one's got 8 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Sook variant, and then finally a cover C Frizen variant. Next one on my list this week is a series finale. We've got Gotham City, year 1, issue number 6. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Molina variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Masters incentive variant. Next one today is Tim Drake, Robin, issue number 7. This is cover A. We've got a cover B Sizamasia variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Acuna incentive variant. Moving on to Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, issue number 2. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Simone DeMeo variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Cho incentive variant. Moving on to a new series, we've got Unstoppable Doom Patrol, issue number 1. This one's got 11 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Surdy variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Culver incentive variant. Moving on to Stargirl, The Lost Children, issue number 5. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Sweeney Boo variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Ortega incentive variant. After that is Punchline, Gotham Game, issue number 6. This one's got 4 different covers, everyone. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Chew variant, and then finally cover C DeMeo variant. Moving on to another series finale, we've got Batman, Gotham Knights, Gilded City, issue number 6. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Torque variant, and then finally cover C video game variant. Moving on to Blue Beetle, Graduation Day, issue number 5. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Rivas variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Sampier incentive variant. Next one on my list this week from DC is the Sandman Universe, The Dead Boy Detectives, issue number 4. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Ekman Lawn variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Rodriguez incentive variant. Moving on to a new series, we got Waller vs. Wildstorm, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Battle variant, and then finally 1 in 25 Perkins incentive variant. Moving on to Batman, The Audio Adventures, issue number 6. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B All Red variant. Now for this next one, this is the last one coming out from them this week, everyone. We got DC Ruby, issue number 2. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Anadito variant. They've got a lot of issues coming out this week. Some of the ongoing stuff I'm not reading right now. I prefer to wait for a hardcover trade paperback for them, but I am definitely going to be checking out Unstoppable Doom Patrol, issue number 1. But next up, let's finish this video now with Marvel Comics. All right, here we go, Marvel fans. First one today from them is Daredevil, issue number 9. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Junie Ba variant, and then finally an Alex Ross Timeless variant. Ooh, they are always so nice. I love those Timeless covers. Let me know your favorite ones down below. Next up is Thor, issue number 32. Here's cover A. We got an Azrar Infinity Saga Phase 3 variant, and then finally a Bradshaw variant. After that is Deadpool, issue number 5. This has been a very solid series in my opinion. Alyssa Wong has done a killer job just capturing Deadpool's personality. I love the action in it as well. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Nox Slapstick variant, and then finally a Talaski variant. Next up is the Invincible Iron Man, issue number 4. This series is honestly surprisingly a lot better than I thought it was going to be too. I definitely recommend checking this one out, especially if you want to check out some new Iron Man stuff. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Alex Ross Timeless variant, and then finally a 1 in 50 Adams incentive variant. Moving on to Star Wars, The High Republic, issue number 7. Here's cover A. This is the Villani variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Zurcher incentive variant. Moving on to Strange Academy Finals, issue number 5. Based on the description, it kind of sounds like it's the start of a brand new arc, so just be aware of that going into it. Here's cover A. We got a Weaver trading card variant, and then finally a Lopez variant. Next up is Star Wars, The High Republic, The Blade, issue number 4. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Peach Momoko, Women's History Month variant, and then finally a Macone variant. Next up is Sabretooth and the Exiles, issue number 5. Followed up with that, we got a new series. It's Avengers Beyond, issue number 1. This one's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's a Land variant, and then we got a 1 in 50 Garbett incentive variant. Moving on to Planet Hulk, World Breaker, issue number 5. This is the series finale, so be on the lookout for that. Moving on, we got Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain, issue number 2. Here's cover A, and then we got a Villa Lobos variant. Moving on to the start of a brand new series, we got Venom, Lethal Protector, volume 2, issue number 1. I've read the first volume. I thought it was very okay. I might try this one out. We're going to see how the rest of the week goes, but like I said, the first volume was just okay. This one's got 13 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Alan Qua Fan Expo variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Sakura Connecting incentive variant. Next up, we got another new series. It's X-Men Unforgiving, issue number 1. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Peach Momoko variant, and then finally a Zhan Zhang variant A, and be on the lookout for a Virgin variant B. Moving on to another new series, we got It's Jeff, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a Lim variant, and then finally a Doily variant. Moving on, we got another brand new one. We got Clobbering Time, issue number 1. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Jurgens variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Sandoval incentive variant. Now for this next one, this is the last one coming out for Marvel this week, and we are capping this week off with another brand new series. We got Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Jabba's Palace, issue number 1. We got 5 different covers for this one. Here's cover A. We got a 125 Malieve incentive, and then finally a 1 in 100 Brown Virgin incentive variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be grabbing Daredevil, issue number 9, Thor, number 32, Deadpool, number 5, The Invincible Iron Man, number 4, and then finally Strange Academy Finals, issue number 5. We got a hell of a week coming up. I'm really excited for a lot of these books. That is a wrap on all the new comics coming out this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment down below which books you're looking forward to most and which ones you think I'm going to be missing out on. If you want to check out some more content, I've got 2 more videos sitting off to the side here. If you're interested in helping support the channel, I've got my Patreon listed down below in the description. If you got any questions on that, please feel free to reach out to me. And here's a quick preview of the upcoming live stream from the EXP that I'm going to be featured on. Thank you very much, everybody, and I hope you have a fantastic day.
Hey there, Dynamite fans. Come join us here at The Experience this Wednesday, March 29th at 6 p.m. Eastern, our usual time. There's going to be Marvel, Dynamite, DC, all the books you can think of, and hopefully the guys will actually stay on track instead of talking about food or something. Anyway, it's going to be great. Remember, it's the 29th. It's a Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, only on The Experience. See you then.